Hey, Randy here again. So I'm going to do another segment here on the mentoring, and it's kind of funny because this week I've been thinking about it. I'm like, there's so much more that goes into it other than just talking on a video. I've realized that also you still do need to have that one-on-one, and all of this, it's pretty much, it's going to change every time. You're going to have more questions, and obviously I'm going to have a lot of people reach out to me if they want my advice. If not, then you still need to have your mentor, and it's going to help because it's a dynamic situation. As you buy new snakes, as you get rid of snakes, as you do things, it's all going to change. So basically what I wanted to talk about in this little episode here is, so if you've already decided that you're not going to follow what somebody else is making and you want to start making stuff on your own, you want to create things, you want to play and dabble and try to make something new that no one else has made, or just something that you want to work towards your goals. So when I do that, like, I spend a lot of time on Morph Market looking at what other people have and what genes they have and what they've done with them. So basically a quick little rundown here. So let's just say, so this is basically like a Foursquare, like you'd go if you're buying a car. So basically I'll have a like and a dislike side. And so for this example, I used Blackhead. So trying to decide what direction I want to go with just the Blackhead gene. So what I did is, you can see Mojave, Yellow Belly, Leopard, Clown, and Sugar are all on my like side. So those are already, I'm like, you know what, I'd like what these do with this gene, so I'm going to start thinking about these in combos. Then I'll come over here to my dislike. I've got Mystic, Ivory, Fire, GHI, Xanthic, Champagne, Pinstripe, Super Inchy, and Pastel. So you look at that, and some of them are supers, so I might like them in the single form, but I don't like them in a super form. So what that's going to do for me is, I know if I have Blackhead, I like Blackhead Yellow Belly, but obviously I'm not going to breed it to something else Yellow Belly because I just don't like what it does. And that changes with time. You'll see somebody's going to make something and you didn't like it at first, but you might like it down the road. I didn't like GHI like I told people when it first came out. I could have got into it very, very early when only a handful of people had them. But I didn't like it. And now here down the road, I like it. And I like some combos with it a lot. So, it's going to change. I've had a lot of projects that I've got rid of and then come back and had to go buy and start all over again. VPI Xanthic is a good example. I was making Xanthics back in probably 2010, 2009, and then I sold them all, and then now I've ended up going back and buying a bunch again. So, so now coming back here, what I'll do is at the same time as that, I will do combos with that gene that I do like. So, where I didn't like it with certain genes like Super Inchy, on this side, Inchy Mojave looks good to me. Pastel Inchy Lesser Leopard, Pastel Trojan, and I didn't like Pastel, but when you mix them with those genes, now I do like it. Leopard Lavender, Champagne Inchy, Pastel Leopard Lesser. All those I like mixed with Blackhead. Might not like them mixed with something else or by themselves, but with that I liked. Same thing. Dislike combos. So I just jotted down really quick: Inchy Yellow Belly, Fire Yellow Belly, and GHI Trojan. So now that I have that list, now what I'll do is I'll go look at all the different combinations. I'll try to weed out things I don't like. If I'm going to make combos, is there certain genes that I don't want? And this is really going to help me narrow down what direction I want to go, what I want to create, try to envision in the future. Now, at the same time, as soon as I pick out some of these combos, I can go look and get inspiration what somebody else has done. You know, a good example is obviously Justin at Canova. Makes such incredible animals. So every time I see he drops something new, some new animal, I look at it and everyone oohs and ahs over it. But my first thought is, okay, what can I do with that? I'm not one, I don't want to go make what he made, but maybe do I want to move that into puzzle? Maybe do I want to put it in OFY and clean it up more, brighten it? You know, do I want to go into Hatari and see what that does with it? So I won't just take it to that clown aspect. Or same thing, if I see somebody made something, I'll be like, okay, you know what, I like that, but what if you add this gene? And that's how I go try to find my way. So like I said, I pretty much, my whole breeding is to make something I'm trying to make. And if I don't make that animal, I sell the whole clutch. If I make it, then I sell what isn't what I was trying to make. And sometimes you're gonna make, you know, double, triple, quad recessives. So you're just trying to get your heads, and you'll sell all the males and keep the females. You know, that's a plan you really have to go with and stick with. Now, it's going to change as time goes. If you're changing your mind every other month, then, you know, that's kind of a problem. You really need to try to settle down, focus on what's important to you. Mine, I'm looking again, I think this week, I'm going to probably take and clear out a whole rack of females, because I'm like, you know what? I mean, it makes some cool shit, but it's not going in a direction I'm trying to go right now. You know, it sucks sometimes. I mean, a lot of those are ones I hatched or I bought as babies, grew them up, but, you know, it's not just always about the money, trying to get the babies out of it. For me, what's more important is if I have other females that are important projects to me and they're stuck in smaller tubs because I don't have a bigger tub to put them in. So I might be losing money, but from the creative standpoint, those animals are standing in my way of making what I do want. And yeah, that's basically it. Definitely figure out where you want to go. You don't have to use my method. I like this. This is a way I can try to single out and figure out what I want to do. Because if not, I mean, before I started writing it down and coming up with a game plan, you're just basically looking at Morph Market going, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. I don't like that. But nothing's written down. You're not doing any of the back work trying to pull certain genes in and take certain genes out. So, you know, hopefully that works for you. And if not, hopefully you find something that does and keeps moving you forward. So, all right, that'll be it for this one, and I'll see you probably in a week.